Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is the 677th Rome Total War Brotherhood game that I've put onto YouTube. Straight away you'll see this is fought on a custom map, hosted by Brotherhood member Crypto, and just like to show you here that the map slopes down from left to right. The left part of the map being the higher ground, and of course, as you can see, the right part of the map is the lower ground. So that could be relevant later on in the battle, because of course there are downhill bonuses to be had there. Okay, our first teammate is Brotherhood member Lando. Now Lando has got 13 infantry, 2 archers and 5 cavalry. Okay, 13 infantry, 2 archers, 5 cavalry. Let's have a quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry. He usually brings good cavalry, and there you are. You can see he's got 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry. So I think this is a tried and tested Lando army, and it'll be interesting to see how well he uses it during the course of the battle. Our next teammate is Brotherhood member Mantu. Now Mantu has got 6 infantry, 8 archers and 6 cavalry. Okay, 6 infantry, 8 archers, 6 cavalry. Now I just can't believe how low an amount of infantry that he's brought to the 31k battlefield. And I'd just like to ask all of you a question. Have you ever seen such a low amount of infantry brought to the 31k RCW battlefield there? Roman infantry, 6 Roman infantry, and he's only got gold shield, gold attack on the upgrades there, so he hasn't even really upgraded them very well. So it'll be interesting to see how well they do. Let's have a look at his upgrades on his cavalry. Oh yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fully upgraded Praetorian cavalry. Now remember, fully upgraded Praetorian cavalry takes them out of the elite bracket and puts them into the super cavalry bracket there. But will the 6 maximum upgraded cavalry and 8 archers just make up for 6 infantry? I guess we'll just have to wait and see. The enemy may well look at Mantu as a weak link in our battle line there, as he's only got 6 infantry. We'll just have to see. Okay, our next teammate is myself. Spartan Commander has got his very old Roman army of 13 infantry and 6 cavalry. Okay, and our last teammate is Brotherhood member Get Jacked. Now Get Jacked has got 11 pikes, 3 archers, 2 chariot archers, 3 heavy chariots, and 1 cavalry armoured general. Okay, quick look at the upgrades on his Pontus pikeman here, and you'll see that he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fully upgraded bronze shield pikeman there. Okay, fully upgraded, 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack, and just look at the length of those pikes that the enemy troops have got to fight down to kill the man on the other end. Okay, so fully upgraded Pontus pikeman there. Okay, quick look at here at his chariots. Now remember, these chariots got a massive fear factor. They got a big attacking specifications, but like we've said before, if they run amok, they become a menace to both friend and foe alike, as they kill both friend and foe alike, and they seem to be stronger in amok mode than they do in normal mode, which always seems a bit strange to me. But what I'd like to do is ask you a question in a minute, okay, about these chariots, right? And there's his 2 chariot archers there. Now these guys can be a real pain to enemy troops, especially when they go into a Canterbury circle. Okay, but there's a question I'm going to ask you about these chariots. Test your observation here. Right, can you see anything unusual about this chariot unit here? Just the chariots in general. Can you see anything unusual? Look carefully. Is there anything unusual you could see about these chariots that you would normally see with other people, but not here? Right, there's something missing from these chariots that is usually there. Anybody see it? Okay, if you notice, no upgrades. Okay, so Get Jacked has spent all his money on his pikemen, but has put no upgrades on his chariots. Now how rare is that? How rare is it that people bring chariots with no upgrades? So it's very, very unusual there. No upgrades on his chariots. So it'll be interesting to see how well they do during the course of the battle. So there's our team. And here is the other team. We have the host of this battle, Brotherhood member Crypto. Now Crypto has got the new bog standard 31k Roman army of 6 archers, 8 infantry and 6 cavalry. Quick look at the upgrades on his infantry, and you'll see that he's got an experience stripe on all his infantry there. So he's got an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry, and you'll see that he's got 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry. So to say that's the new bog standard 31k Roman army, 6 archers, 8 infantry, and 6 well upgraded cavalry. Be interesting to see how well he does with them during the course of the battle. Okay, their next teammate is RTW player Luke. Now Luke has got 8 pikes, 6 cavalry, and 6 Cretan archers. Okay, 8 pikes, 6 Cretan archers, and 6 companion cavalry. Alright, just have a look at the upgrades on his companion cavalry, and you'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fully upgraded companion cavalry. Check the specifications of this cavalry and you will find them to be really good, and especially fully upgraded. These guys have got a massive 9 charge bonus. You know, Praetorian cavalry, you see how well they penetrate when they hit infantry units, with a 6 charge bonus. As I say, these guys have got a massive 9 charge bonus, and you'll see that in action a little bit later on in the battle. Okay, if you look at the upgrades on his infantry, his pikes, he's just got gold shield, gold attack on his pikes there. Okay, so you can see clearly here that he spent his money on his companion cavalry, and he's just, as I say, just got gold shield, gold attack on his pikes there. Okay, their next teammate is Brotherhood member Pompey. Now Pompey has got 2 spear warband, 3 knight raiders, 3 berserkers, and 6 Gothic cavalry. Okay, so now these warband, spear warband here, obviously they're anti-cavalry, but actually they can be used really effectively on the battlefield against infantry as well. In the past, I used to see armies of Germania bought with a lot of these units, and they used to be very effective. And you got the knight raiders there. If you notice, they've only got gold shield, gold attack on them upgrades. Now these are great infantry in their own right, but they bring a big fear factor, taking morale away from enemy troops, destabilizing them and making them more susceptible to routing. And then we've got the infamous berserkers, where they're effective against armor maces. They're 2 hit points, and the massive fear factor that they bring. So as I say, they take morale away from enemy troops, destabilize them. I just want to show you the difference here between a berserker and an ordinary infantryman. Look at the difference in size between them. As I say, probably pound for pound, the berserkers are probably the most powerful units in the game. Okay, and then we're going to have a look at the upgrades on his Gothic cavalry here. Okay, and you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Fully upgraded Gothic cavalry. Now check the specifications of this cavalry. You'd be surprised on how good it is, and he has fully upgraded them as well. So make no mistake there, those cavalry are not to be messed with. So I think that's a balanced Germania army, but maybe a small amount of infantry. I don't know what you guys think. Do you think that's about the right amount of infantry? I guess we'll see as the battle unfolds. Their last teammate is Brotherhood member Aurelius. Now Aurelius has got 15 spear units, 3 archers, and 2 light cavalry units. Okay, now if you notice here, he split his Spartan army into 3. Okay, split them into 3 there, so he's making the most of the flexibility of these units. I think the archers that he's got are the short range cheaper archers there. Okay, and as I say, he's also got these 2 light cavalry units here that he uses very well. And if you notice, they've got 7 upgrades on, an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. And as I say, he uses this unit extremely well. They're fast moving, and you'd be surprised how tough they are as well, and especially as he's put good upgrades on them. So it'd be interesting to see them in action there. Okay, so I think the other team's really diverse. You've got Crypto with Rome, you've got Luke with Macedon, you've got Pompey with Germania, and of course we've got Aurelius with Greek cities. This should be a great battle for you to watch, a cracking battle, and an epic one too. Okay, at this stage of the battle, I thought we'd have a look at modern battle formations and old school battle formations here. Right, can you see how Luke is using those Macedonian pikemen there? Do you see how he spread out that formation of pikes there? Now this is very modern, very new, and as I say, the new way of using pike and spear factions here. Spread them out. Okay, so as you can see there, Luke's really, this is a great display of how people tend to use the pike and spear factions these days. Okay, so that's a modern way of looking at them. And over here, as we looked at before, you'll see Aurelius has split his army into 3 as well. No more close, tight formations like you used to see in the old school days. This is all about flexibility and moving your units around the battlefield as you want. So we've looked at Macedon, we've looked at Greek cities. Now we're going to look at a formation that's a bit old school. And there you are. You can see Get Jacked here has got the kind of the tight, close formation of the old school pike formation there. Okay, so as I say, this is it out of date? It's definitely old school, it's old fashioned, and as I say, looking at the Macedon battle formation there, okay, and the Greek cities battle formation there, do you think that Get Jacked's battle formation is out of date? Do you think it's kind of not relevant anymore? I guess we'll just have to see as the battle continues. Okay, in this very, very early stage of the battle here, we've got Get Jacked's chariot archers, and he's looking to go after those Greek cavalry, those light Greek cavalry. Now, who do you think would win here, the chariot archers or that fast-moving Greek cavalry? If they actually got into a hand-to-hand fight here, who do you think would win here? Now remember that Greek cavalry is just as fast as these chariot archers there, and you can see Get Jacked moving that unit out of the way, trying to get out of the way. He doesn't really want to get into hand-to-hand fight there. Bang! As that other unit charges in there. Right, that one chariot archer unit has been completely taken out, and now you can see he's bringing another unit in there, his other unit in there, and bang, as he charges that in. And you can see he's in a hand-to-hand fight with that Greek light cavalry there. Okay, you can see he's charging back in. And now you can see there, just like to show you here, every single one of Get Jacked's chariot archers have now been killed. No survivors, no routers. That Greek light cavalry has just taken out all of his chariot archers there. So as I say, that light cavalry of Greece, with good upgrades on, you'd be surprised on how tough that is. And I just thought that was a good display of how good they can be, even against chariot archers. Okay, at this very, very early stage here, you'll see Crypto moving his archers forward. As we know, Crypto's a very aggressive attacking player, and so is Lando, who he's up against here. Just like to show you here that Luke has moved a couple of his pike units over, backed up by 3 of his maximum upgraded companion cavalry. Okay, so he's moved them over to the flank here. If you notice, he's got them near the red line of the map. So my guess is he's going to try and move up here on this right flank here, because we've got nothing in front of him. And of course, as I say, this is the higher part of the map up here. This is where the, as I say, the slope is the highest up here, so I'm guessing that he spotted that, and he'd like to get his pikes and companion cavalry up there if he could. As I say, you can see there, Crypto's has moved his archers forward, as I said, but he is at a disadvantage here, because Mantu's archers, as you can see, are on the higher ground. And remember, when you're on the higher ground, your missiles go further and do more damage. Okay, so as I say, you can see here, Mantu up on the higher ground there, causing a lot of casualties to Crypto's archers. Okay, but as I say, Luke here moved his pikes round there, and you can see now that Crypto's starting to move his well upgraded cavalry round to this right flank as well, because I think they'd like to move up here on the right flank. They can see there's not a lot in front of them, and they can see that we've actually got the slightly higher ground here. So if they could come round here on our right flank and get up onto the higher ground, look, then they would have a bit of an advantage on us, being so near to that red line. We couldn't outflank them there. But here you can see the archer advantage that that Mantu's got from the higher ground there. And you can see he's moving more of his archers over here as well, probably looking to target those Macedon pike units if he can. Remember, those pike units are extremely susceptible to archer damage, and as I say, you can see Mantu moving his archers over here now. And as I say, he may well target those pike units there of Luke's. There you are, you can see Lando's moved that archer unit quite forward there. And if you notice here, Crypto's moving his infantry forward. Now, it wouldn't surprise me if that archer unit of Lando's routed out of fear of so many enemy troops coming towards it there. There you are. See, it's routed there. And there's another SPQR archer unit over there as well. Wouldn't surprise me if that routed too, and that has routed, so they both routed. But as I say, here you can see, it looks to me like Luke and Crypto are looking to do a right flanking action here, possibly. So it'll be interesting to see what happens on this right flank. Okay, we're still at the very, very early stage of the battle here, and you can see Luke bringing his 2 pike units over here, backed up by Crypto's archers. You can see he's brought a Macedonian Cretan archer unit over here as well. And if you notice here, as I say, I think they were looking to make a right flanking move here to get up above us, to get up on the higher ground, probably looking to get above us there if they could. But this is a nice cut-off tactic here by Mantu, bringing his Scipii units across. Can you see this fully upgraded companion cavalry unit looking to hit this archer unit there? Nice hit. Now, what I thought at the time when I watched this battle would have been great if Mantu could intercept that cavalry unit and then smash into it with his other cavalry unit. So intercept it with that infantry unit and smash into it with that cavalry unit. But I got a feeling that Macedonian cavalry unit's just a little bit too fast for that infantry unit to catch up, and he's probably just going to squeeze by out the way of the trap there, which he's done. So that is just unfortunate there for Mantu, because I think he was just going to smash that Macedonian unit. Here you can see Crypto charging his Julii cavalry forward there into one of Mantu's infantry units, and bang! As it smashes in there. Nice, aggressive, opportunist hit there by Crypto. I thought that was really nice, aggressive hit there. As we know, he's one of the most aggressive attacking players in the game, and I thought that that was a really good, as I say, opportunist hit there. Remember that Mantu has only got 6 infantry, and my guess is that the enemy team have noticed that. Okay, here you can see Lando moving his infantry towards Crypto's infantry. Now remember, Crypto's only got 8 infantry himself, and Lando spotted that. You got Lando's cavalry looking to charge downhill into Crypto's battle formation there, but he's certainly moving his SPQR units down towards Crypto's Julii units there. And I think Crypto's just going to keep backing off. Can you see how he just keeps backing off there? Because, as I say, that battle army there, that army's only got 8 infantry against Lando's 13 infantry there. Okay, so this is a nice move here by Luke, moving his pikes across, hoping to trap Lando's army there between himself and Crypto's Julii army. I think that's what he was looking to do there, but Lando spotted that and has pulled back up the slope. Right here you can see Crypto moving forward again here, very aggressively there. He may well feel quite confident there attacking Lando, bearing in mind he's got 4 pike units by the side of his main army there. Okay, let's just pause the game for a second here. So here you can see Mantu's 6 infantry units. He may well look to get round the flank of those pike units there. Okay, while Lando intercepts the enemy Julii troops there. If you notice here, you'll see that Get Jacked has moved his Pontus faction over from the left flank there. We're kind of condensing our armies a little bit here, as you can see. But here you got Aurelius' Greek city units. As you can see there, he split his army into 3 here, making the most of the flexibility of those Spartan units there. So they may well come around the flank there onto my Scipii infantry. Here you can see Luke's got a couple of pike units he hasn't used yet, probably keeping them in reserve. Okay, you can see them moving forward there, and you've got the fully upgraded Germanic cavalry there waiting to move forward, and you've got the Germanic infantry there, including the berserkers ready to charge in as well. Okay, so it looks to me like we've gone maybe a little bit defensive here. I don't know what you guys think. And of course, the moment you go defensive, you hand the initiative to the enemy. But we just have to wait and see what happens here. Okay, so as I say, you can see here that Crypto's moving his Julii army forward there, or it looked like it was, into the forward units of Lando's SPQR troops. You can see Crypto's got his Julii cavalry locked and loaded. Remember, his cavalry got 8 upgrades on, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack, and you can see Lando moving his forward units of his SPQR army into Crypto's Julii army there. Here you can see Mantu looks like he's going to be moving around the flank of those Macedonian pikemen. Nice tactical move there by Mantu. You'll see now that Lando's moved his SPQR infantry back there, probably waiting for his Pontus ally there to maybe move forward with that massive pike army. Remember that all those pike units are fully upgraded. 9 upgrades, 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. Okay, here you can see Luke has got those pike units of his there, but remember those units are extremely susceptible to archer damage there. So it'll be interesting to see if my allies target those pike units with their archers there. Okay, so over here on the left flank, you'll see, as I say, Aurelius, as you can see, has split his army into 3. He may well look to hit my Scipii army here with his Greek city units. Okay, looking at the position of those Greek city units, as I say, he may well do that. Okay, but over here, as I say, you can see Getjax has moved his pikes all the way over to this right flank. And as I say here, you can see that some of those pike units have already been damaged slightly, by probably archer damage or maybe even pilot hits as well. Okay, but I think those 4 pike units look a little bit exposed to me, possibly. I don't know what you guys think. And as I say, don't forget Crypto there moving forward very aggressively with his Julii army, but as I say, don't forget he's only got 8 infantry and a lot of them have already been battle damaged. Here you'll notice I'm moving my Scipio army back on the left flank there, trying to get into a better position for if those Greek city units hit me. And you can see there that those 3 Greek city armies look to me like they're ready to attack. Now what I'd like to draw your attention to here is what's going to happen over on our left flank here. Can you see, I think this is a great combination attack of chariots and fully upgraded cavalry here. Okay, you can see the chariots of Pontus here, Getjax chariots, and the fully upgraded cavalry of Mantu here. As I say, I've always thought, ever since playing Rome Total War, that a chariot and cavalry attack can be absolutely devastating onto enemy troops here. Now if you notice here, what they're doing is they're trying to take out the enemy archers. Now at the back here, you'll see that Getjax general is being chased by 2 fully upgraded Germanic Gothic cavalry units there. Okay, so hopefully he'll be able to outrun them. But let's say he's bringing his chariots and Mantu's fully upgraded cavalry here, and I think they're going to take out a heck of a lot of enemy archers here on this left flank. Okay, that's what I think they're going to do. As I say, a very powerful combination of well upgraded cavalry and chariots attacking at the same time. As I say, here you can see Luke has moved 3 of his pike units back, and he's just left 1 there behind his Julii ally. And as I say, you can see Mantu moving his 6 infantry units forward there, maybe looking to flank the enemy Julii army there. And as I say, you've got both Lando and myself's army there are kind of integrated. And as I say, I'm expecting a Greek city hit at any time. But as I say, over here on our left flank, that powerful combination of chariots and Mantu's fully upgraded cavalry are really causing a lot of damage to the enemy archers there. So well done to both of them there. Keeps the enemy eye over here on the left flank a bit, wondering what these chariots and cavalry are going to do next. But at the moment, as I say, they're taking out a heck of a lot of enemy archers there. I think they'd like to take out a few of those Germanic cavalry units there as well that was chasing Getjax general. As you can see, they're moving towards those Germanic units there, but I'm guessing that Germanic cavalry will probably run back to its allies as fast as it can to avoid getting taken out. As I say there, you can see them really running back there, trying to get back to their allies there. They don't really want any hassle with chariots and fully upgraded cavalry. Here you are, you can see Luke bringing his fully upgraded companion cavalry. But if you notice there, he's not just bringing his cavalry, he's bringing a couple of pike units over as well. Okay, so he's got his pike units there and his cavalry. Now remember, if you use pikes and your own cavalry in fighting, your micromanagement skills have got to be really good. Otherwise your own cavalry die on your own pikes if you don't put them down at the right time. But as I say here, you can see that Germanic and Macedonian cavalry there. And as I say, those 2 pike units. It wouldn't surprise me if Mantu and Getjax now back their cavalry and chariots off. Now those pikes are being brought into the fray. I think that would probably be the best thing for them to do. Just move away from those pikes. Those companion cavalry, as I say, fully upgraded. And it looks like they've routed one of Mantu's fully upgraded cavalry there. Okay, back to the infantry scrap here. And here you can see that Lando's SPQR infantry and cavalry have moved down here towards the enemy pike units there. Okay, and here you can see a nice hit here by a Crypto, and bang, as he charges in there. Now I'd just like to say here, from what I can see when I watch this battle replay, was obviously Crypto shouted up pikes to Luke before he charges cavalry in, because as we said, friendly pikes will kill friendly cavalry. Okay, but his other 2 pike units here, he should have kept his pikes down, because the moment he lifts his pikes, the enemy infantry are pushed in, and then it's just the secondary weapon of these pike units, the sword and shield, which is very secondary. So you needed good micromanagement skills here to keep the pikes down of those 2 units, and battlefield awareness, so that Luke knew that the Julii cavalry was just coming in on the end here. Okay, so he just needed to put 1 pike unit up, and the other 2 he could keep down. So let's say battlefield awareness and good micromanagement skills were needed there, and he's going to lose a lot of his Macedonian troops there by not using micromanagement skills and battlefield awareness. Right, now here comes Get Jack's pike units there, and bang, as he charges in there with this old school battle formation. Now what do you think about that massive hit of pikes there? Right here you can see Crypto's cavalry charging there, and bang, as he charges into one of Lando's infantry units there. You can see Lando counter-attacking with his cavalry. Wouldn't surprise me if Crypto now pulls his cavalry back after doing the damage that he wanted to there. And you can see there a lot of cavalry smashing into him there. So you got Lando's cavalry and Crypto's cavalry. You can see my Scipii cavalry coming into the fray here as well. Going to smash into that Julii cavalry if I get a chance. But you can see that Crypto has now pulled his cavalry back. But you can see the Germanic infantry have moved forward, including a berserker unit. Okay, if you notice there, and you can see I'm going to charge my cavalry into that Julii cavalry, and bang, as it charges in. Now what I'm hoping here is Lando's going to charge his SPQR cavalry in as well, which he's doing. Great hit here by Lando, good teamwork there, and bang, as he charges in there. Right now you can see the fully upgraded Gothic Germanic cavalry going to charge in there of Pompus, and bang, as he charges in there. Notice that he's kept his cavalry in normal formation. He hasn't put them into wedge. He's just charging straight in there. So we got Lando's and my cavalry there fighting the Germanic cavalry, the Julii cavalry, and that activated berserker unit. Right, pause the game for a second here. So as I say, both Lando's SPQR units and my Scipii units there fighting that berserker unit, Julii cavalry that are well upgraded, and a Germanic cavalry. Here you can see Get Jacked is fighting against those Night Raiders there, and those Night Raiders are going to try and fight all the way down those pikes to kill the man on the other end. Okay, and here you can see that Get Jacked is really pushing in on Crypto's army. Okay, so I thought that old-fashioned battle formation there worked extremely well at this stage. Now Mantu's bringing his infantry in as well. Now here you can see that the Greek cities have finally attacked my infantry. Now what I want to do here for the team is hold the Greek cities up. I want to hold the Spartans for as long as I can. I may lose most of my infantry there, but if I can hold the Spartans up, I think my teammates are doing such a good job. They could take out all of Crypto's Julii infantry, plus the Germanic army as well, plus damaging the Macedonian army as well, as long as I can hold up those Spartans. So that's what I'm looking to do there. Now if you notice here, Luke's got his fully upgraded companion cavalry above my infantry there. Okay, so make no mistake, he's going to be looking to smash into the rear of my infantry there with that cavalry. Okay, make no mistake about that. And of course, he's got, as I say, the downhill bonus there as well. Right, so as I say, over here, you can see that Lando's SPQR cavalry and my Scipii cavalry were engaged with the enemy cavalry, the Germanic cavalry and the Julii cavalry and that berserker unit. So now you see we're pulling back. What I'm looking to do is lock and load and charge back in there. And I'm sure that that's exactly what Lando's going to do. Hit that berserker unit if he can. I think that berserker unit's so damaged, if he hits it, you'll see it just disappear. Bang! As that smashes in there. I reckon he'd just take that unit out completely. Right, so over here, now as I say, this is a great move here for our Pontus ally there, has routed Crypto's army now. I think basically all of Crypto's army's gone, as you see, including his general. Nice combination hit between Lando's SPQR infantry and Get Jack's pike units there. And as I say, I thought that old-fashioned battle formation there really came into its own. Now what they need to do now is try and take out these Germanic troops here. Now can you see that Mantu and Get Jacked have come round the back there with the chariots and those fully upgraded cavalry, smashing hopefully into the back of these enemy Germanic cavalry, while our cavalry smashes into the front. That would be a great hit there, and we take out all that Germanic cavalry in a nice sandwich attack there. You can see the chariots there charging in. You can see Mantu's cavalry charging in there as well. The Scipii cavalry, you can see my Scipii cavalry coming into the fray as well. What we want to do is take out these the rest of this Germanic army there, and which we've done. Okay, let's pause the game for a second. So at this stage of the battle, we've taken out, I think, all of Crypto's army. All of Crypto's army has been taken out, and look at the damage that we've done to the Germanic army here as well. We've taken out most of the Germanic units as well there. Okay, so most of the Germanic army has been taken out. All of Crypto's army has been taken out. So that's good news for us. And we've damaged the Macedonians a bit as well. So that's good news for us. Now what we need to do is get our chariots and archers up around the back here and start taking these archers out that have been shooting into us all game. Okay, so that's what we need to do. Chariots and cavalry around there and start taking out their archers there. Right here, you can see, as I say, the Greek city is really pushing in on my formation there. Okay, you can see very aggressive here, and here you can see Luke just putting his cavalry into wedge formation here, and he's going to smash into the back of my infantry. Now remember, Praetorian cavalry have got a 6 charge bonus, and you've seen the penetration and damage that a 6 charge bonus can do. Okay, well, these companion cavalry have got a massive 9 charge bonus, so the impact, the damage that they can do with a massive 9 charge bonus, plus with the downhill bonus that they've got as well, plus they're fully upgraded. So make no mistake, they've got that downhill bonus, the 9 charge bonus there, and they're fully upgraded. So when they smash into the back of my already engaged Scipii infantry, I'm expecting to lose at least half of my infantry there, even maybe 3/4, because as I say, that has got such a massive impact. Those companion cavalry have got. Remember, 9 charge bonus plus the downhill bonus that they're going to get as well when they smash into me. But I've held up the Spartans, I think, pretty good there, allowing my allies and my cavalry to take out a lot of the enemy units there. Okay, so get ready. You can see Luke's cavalry now in wedge formation. He would have said to Aurelius, spears up, when he's ready to charge in. You can see my allies are approaching me now. If they can just integrate in with my army, right, just look out for the Spartan spears to go up, and you'll know the cavalry's coming in. Right, here comes that cavalry, 9 charge bonus plus the downhill charge bonus, and bang, as I smash in to my infantry. As I say, I'm expecting to lose at least half of my infantry, maybe even 3/4 of it. That was a massive impact there, and you can see a lot of my units have routed there from that and look at the penetration of that, the companion cavalry with that 9 charge bonus, and as I say, that downhill bonus as well, and they're fully upgraded. So there, and plus I was being attacked by Greek city units there, but never mind, I've held those Spartans up as long as I could, which is what I wanted to do, and hopefully allowed my allies to take out most of the other enemy units, like, you know, like all this the Julii units of Crypto, and a lot of the Germanic units have been taken out, and now we're just mopping up the archers there, as I say, that's been shooting into us all through the game there. Okay, so that's what's happening there. And as I say, the Spartans, don't forget, have got that downhill bonus as well. If you notice there, they're coming down from the higher ground now onto my allies. Okay, now Mantu's moving up. What he'd like to do is get on the higher ground above those Spartans there, so that he'll have the downhill advantage. But you can see Get Jack now is advancing uphill towards those Spartans, and as I say, you can see that most of my Scipii infantry has now been taken out. Okay, but as I say, I thought I kind of took one for the team there in holding the Spartans up, as I say, allowing my allies plus my cavalry to go round and help take out a lot of enemy units. Right here you can see that Mantu, I don't think he's seen this because he hasn't turned to face it, and these berserkers are charging into the flank, one of the weakest spots of a unit there, and he could rout, that berserker unit could rout that whole unit. My general's just been routed as well there by that Spartan horde coming downhill on me. As I say, Get Jacked is doing well up against Macedon. You got Lando's SPQR army there. He may well get up onto above those Macedonians there to get the downhill bonus himself. But as I say, just look at the number of Spartans there. You know, we've hardly touched them at all there. Just, you know, just a massive army. And as I say, these berserkers here, as I say, I don't think Mantu spotted this. Look at these berserkers. Now they're going to move into the flank of the next Roman unit there of Mantu's. Can you see there? They've moved into the next flank. It wouldn't surprise me. Now, if Pompey spots this, he could bring Germanic cavalry in there as well. Okay, but here you can see the Spartans moving down that hill with the downhill advantage that they've got against our allies there. Now, over here you'll see that Luke has formed like a defensive box there. Okay, with his Macedonians. It's not like a completely formed box, but you can see that he's set up a defensive box there to try and stop us getting in behind him. But as I say, I think Mantu and myself with my cavalry and the chariots have taken out most of the enemy archers now that were on that flank. And as I say here, you can see the Greek cities with that downhill advantage here going into my allies there. Okay, as I say, you can see the downhill advantage that they've got there. There, as I say, this map slopes down. So, as I say, things not looking very good. The last thing you want to do is face Spartans coming downhill at you. I think a lot of you possibly would agree with that. But here you can see, as I say, look, you can see, I don't think Mantu, as I say, spotted this threat. Now you've got Germanic cavalry and those Knight Raiders, Germanic Knight Raiders, ready to charge in, plus that Berserker unit. They're doing massive damage to Mantu's 2 Roman units there. I mean, really massive damage to them. They could take out all 3 of them there. Can you see there? That's a Knight Raiders with the fear factor they've got. The Berserker unit with the fear factor that's got there. And plus you've got that fully upgraded Gothic cavalry. So it looks to me like all 3 of those Roman units that Mantu had down there could well be taken out, or they could charge into the back of our already engaged troops there. Okay. So as I say, things not looking very good for us here, I don't think. And as I say, look at that downhill advantage the Spartans have got. They're just moving slowly down into my allies there, just you know, just making the most of the advantage there. Right here you can see the chariots looking to charge in there, look. And there you go, bang, as they charge in there. That's good news for us. The Macedonian general's dead. You can see the chariots are right. Okay, so what I want to show you here, can you see the Spartans are all facing forward? Okay, can you see they're all intent on taking out our Pontus ally there with the downhill advantage that they've got. They're all facing forward. Now this is very, very important that you see this. They're all facing forward. There's nobody facing back. Okay? And you can see them all pushing forward. Now, I've got my cavalry up here on the high ground. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to charge into the rear of those Spartans, aiming for the forward units of those Spartans there. So I'm hoping my cavalry will crash through. There you can see with the downhill bonus I've got. Okay, I'm hoping they're going to crash through those Spartans and cause a lot of casualties. Now, I'm not thinking I'm going to take out that Spartan army. I don't think I'm going to do that. But what I will do is I think cause a lot of casualties to those Spartans there. I may well lose all my cavalry as well. But here comes my cavalry now. I'm going for the forward units here. And as I say, remember that the Spartans are all facing forward. There's nothing facing back here. And you can see my cavalry charging forward there. As I say, I'm going for the forward units of the Spartans there with this downhill bonus I've got. And bang! As I smash in to the rear of those Spartans. Look at the penetration of my cavalry. Now, as I say, I didn't think I'd rout a lot of those Spartan units, but make no mistake, I would have damaged a lot of those Spartan units there. Let's pause the game for a second. So with the downhill charge bonus that I've got now, unfortunately my cavalry are tired, so their battle proficiency have gone and their charge bonus will be reduced a bit. But I still think I've done a lot of damage to those Spartans and routed a few units as well. Okay, a nice hammer and anvil attack there. My cavalry being the hammer and my Pontus ally being the anvil there. Okay, so as I say, I hopefully would have caused a lot of casualties to those Spartans there with that downhill cavalry attack. Now over here on the right flank you'll see Get Jack moving his fully upgraded Pontus pikeman there towards the last 2 pikes of Luke's. Okay, so Luke's only got 2 pike units left there. But as you can see here, my Scipii cavalry still pushing through those Spartans there. I'm still trying to cause as many casualties as I can to those Spartan units. That's what I want to do. That's good news for us. I think a Germanic general's just been taken out. Okay, let's pause the game for a second here. Right, so, as I say, I've brought my cavalry on through. I've only got 1 cavalry unit left, with I think 10 men left in it there. But I think I did cause a lot of damage to those Spartans there. Over here, as I say, you can see Luke has only got 2 pike units left, and you can see that Get Jacked is moving his pikes over towards those units. But we may need Get Jack's pikes to help out here. You can see Luke's got his fully upgraded cavalry coming in from different angles here, and especially with the downhill bonus that he's got from this left flank here, charging into our engaged troops. So you can see one of his cavalry units charging in there, bang, as it smashes in, and he's got 2 more companion cavalry units charging in as well, bang, and bang, as they charge in there as well. And that's bad news for us. Our Scipii, one of our Scipii generals, just been taken out. So here, as I say, you can see a lot of our units starting to rout now under the pressure of those Spartans and those fully upgraded companion cavalry attacks there. Okay, so as I say, things not looking very good for us at the moment. Here, remember, the enemy are the Greek cities and Macedon. Okay, the Greek cities and Macedon are the enemy. I think all the Germanic enemy army has been taken out, and all of the enemy Julii has been taken out. So the enemy are just Macedon and the Greek cities here. Right, now can you see Get Jacked has upped pikes to come down and try and help us with the Greek cities, but Luke is now coming in behind his pikes. You see, he's up pikes as well. So it'll be interesting to see how Get Jacked deals with this. Okay, you can see those 2 pike units of Luke's coming in behind him. Make no mistake, Get Jacked would have noticed that. Now, is he going to turn units to face the threat? Which he's done. There you go. He's turned units to face the threat here. Well, the rest of what we've got left, we're trying to take out these what's left of these Greek city units. I can still see there's just a couple of Germanic units still about there, including that Spear Warband unit there that he's moving in. But here you can see Get Jacked moving his pikes forward towards the Spartans. This is where we really need him. Now, if you notice here, can you see Luke moving those 2 pike units forward there? Now, Get Jacked does a good thing here. He turns 3 of his units to face those 2 Macedonian units. Okay, let's just have a look at that, and you can see that his other units. Let's pause the game for a second. So here you can see that several of Aurelius' Greek city units are starting to rout here, okay, which is good news for us. I've got 1 cavalry unit left with 11 men in, and I'm looking to smash into the back of the Greek city's general there. Now I'm just thinking, with him being there and battle damaged, if I can get a downhill charge bonus onto that general, I could well take him out, and there they would lose their general morale bonus. Okay, you can see here that both Lando and Get Jacked are engaging him, so I'm going to charge my cavalry unit in there. Look at him, bang, is it charging? Yes, routed the Greek city's general there. Really good news there. So that's taken away the morale bonus. And straight away, did you see all the other, or most of the other Greek city units, now all of them have routed now. The general's been taken out, was actually routed there, and now he has been taken out. So pleased with that. Okay, let's just pause the game for a second. So that 11-man cavalry unit I sent in, I've got 2 men left now. That's the entirety of my cavalry. That's all I've got left now. I've got an eagle unit that has rallied, so I'm going to keep that out of the fray, but I'm going to keep it close to my allies to give a command unit bonus to my allies as they're fighting those Macedon units. Okay, so it looks like we've now taken out all of the enemy Julii units, all of the enemy Germanic units, and now we're just going to try and take out these last 2 Macedonian units there. Okay, you can see Get Jacked units is already fighting those Macedonian units there. I'm going to move, as I say, my eagle unit forward towards the action there to give my allies that command unit bonus there. But I will keep that unit out of the fray. I'm not going to put it into the battle. I'm just going to keep it close there, so it's just going to give, as I say, morale bonus to my allies there. And there you are. And I think that was Luke has just admitted defeat there. So we just managed to scrape in a battle, and I must say, I think we really did snatch victory from the jaws of defeat there. I know that's a very old saying, but I really do think that. I thought the enemy played extremely well there. And look at Lando's army that he got. What's that? 17 men in that unit. 12 men in that unit. 7 men in that unit. And 24 men in that unit. And that's the entirety of Lando's army. Okay. Now I've just got a unit there with 23 men left in, and of course I've got an eagle unit that rallied, so I've got 88 men in that unit, so I'm quite pleased with that. But cavalry wise, I've just got 2 men left. There you are, that's all I got left out of my entire cavalry. So you can see there that it was a real battle of attrition on this custom battlefield here. Now if we look at the battlefield in general, look at the clumps of kills here, just look at that. That looked like a massive cavalry battle there. Here you can see it looks like another cavalry battle there. And as we move up the hill, and you can see actually from this angle it's quite a steep hill. As we move up there, you can see, and here is the most concentrated of dead. This is where the Spartans were fighting and killed all my army there with that massive cavalry hit, companion cavalry hit, plus those Greek cities charging in. Then I charged my cavalry down here as well, smashed into the back of the Spartans, hopefully did a bit of damage to them there. But as I say, just look at the piles of dead here on this concentrated part of the battlefield there. So as I say, it's quite a spread out battlefield. If you look, there's clumps of bodies everywhere, but here you can see the most concentrated part of the battle is just here. So as I say, I thought there that you know, we did actually, as I say, that old saying, snatched victory from the jaws of defeat there. Because when those Spartans were above us there, coming downhill with all the advantages that Spartans have got, I must say I thought, well, can we turn this around? And actually somehow we did. Okay, the first thing I'd like to say is really well played to everybody in the game. I thought everybody played really well there, guys, and as you can see, it was a close victory. Now before we go to the highest kills of the game, I thought I'd give a shout out to what some people class as a lesser 31k faction, and that is Pontus. Get Jack there, 1,792 kills, second highest kills in the game. Now just to say there that, as I say, some people do class Pontus as a lesser 31k faction, but in fact if it's handled well it can be a very powerful 31k faction there. Okay, so I'd like to say well done to Crypto. Possibly didn't get the kills that he wanted to there, but he was very, very aggressive with his army, and I thought he did well. Well done to Luke, got some good kills with Macedon there. Well done to him. Well done to Pompey. Possibly didn't get the kills that he wanted to, but he was very aggressive with his army as well. And well done to Aurelius. Highest kills in the game, 1,934 there. So well done to Aurelius there with his Greek cities. Not far off that magic 2,000 kills. So well done to Aurelius there. And unusual to have the highest kills in the losing team as well. So well done to Aurelius there. Let's say nice use of that tried and tested Greek cities army. That old army of mine there, I'm surprised I got that many kills, because as you could see there, I was just defensive for that battle there. As I say, got smashed by those companion cavalry and Greek cities hitting me, so not too bad. And well done to Mantu. Now remember, we looked at his army and said only 6 infantry, and look at the kills that he got, 1,450. Bearing in mind he only had 6 infantry. As I say, well done to Get Jack with Pontus, and well done to Lando, got some good kills too, so really well done to him. So really well played, guys. As I say, I thought this was a really great battle there. Let's say we got Rome, Pontus and Rome in our team, and of course the enemy team very diverse: Rome, Macedon, Germania and Greek cities. So it was a very, very diverse team that we were fighting there. I hope you enjoyed this battle. Please give us a thumbs up if you did, and bye for now.